All right, I think I'm live and direct. Let's test a couple things. You know, we always gotta test before I burst. Sorry about that, man. All kind of sounds coming out the throat. Give me a minute, guys. Let me make sure that everything is streaming good. I really I rather do this than to look up um after I've broadcasted and see that that things I was doing didn't work. All right. All right, so look like our feeds are good. Now, that's something I'm gonna be working on, guys. Right now, whenever I do one of these videos, it automatically deploys to two Facebook accounts and two YouTube accounts. But what I'm getting ready to do, and I'm gonna kind of show you guys this. Let me show you something here. I want you guys to see this viewpoint here. All right, see how I have another HD camera up there. All right, and um, and so one of the things I'm gonna be doing as we move forward, because I'm all about breaking down game and showing you guys game. One of the things I'm gonna be doing is showing you guys my studio setup. So I've invested in a lot, man. I got all kind of microphones, all kind of arms to be able to hold cameras. I have 4 different cameras that I have ready to roll. I got everything that I need to really rock out in here as far as a studio, right? And so one of the things I'm gonna do is as I'm setting everything up and testing live, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys what I'm learning. Okay. And what's really cool, man, is that with the business model that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys and teaching you guys from this point forward is a really cool business model, man. And if you can really grasp it and get with it, there is no limit to to how creative you can be and how profitable you can be, man, because this is the same business model that everyday people, grandmamas, are sitting at home doing very simple strategies, and they're generating 4 figures, 5 figures a month selling simple things such as recipes, instructionals on how to do crafts, different things, all the way to multi-$100 million companies, billion-dollar companies are all built off of the business model that we're going to be talking about, which is digital publishing and media. Okay, and when you think about it, even like you can't go anywhere without running into publishing and media. And I'm gonna kind of show you what I'm talking about. When you go to YouTube, you're looking at YouTube channels. There's different ways you can look at those YouTube channels. Some people go in, they look at it as entertainment. They say, okay, well, look, this is my favorite show to watch. This is my favorite prank channel. This is my favorite instructional channel. All right. This is my favorite entertainment channel. Some people go on there and look at movies. Some people go on there to learn things, right? I was telling my son the other day, man, I was like, it's crazy the power and the reach of YouTube now. Because now, let's say, for instance, I didn't see people, man, build homes off of YouTube videos. Going to YouTube and learning how to do everything that they need to do to build that home. I done seen people repair their cars. I done seen people launch businesses, do everything, right? Your favorite podcast that you watch on there. When you go to Facebook and you jump into Facebook, you're running into publishing. All right. When you go to Instagram and you follow all your favorite, you're running into publishing. All right. TikTok, publishing. All right. If you go to Amazon, you purchase a book or something like that, publishing. You buy any type of courses, publishing. Any type of digital learning, e-learning, publishing. If you go over to Etsy, you go over to Etsy and you say, okay, look, I need to get a design for a shirt. All right, for a shirt that I want to wear. It's really publishing at the end of the day because it's content, right? And so, to me, publishing has always been that holy grail for me. When you even think about I was telling my brother, when Facebook purchased Instagram, Facebook was Facebook, right? And Facebook is that daddy of platforms. because it's the ultimate publishing platform. Facebook created a platform for billions of people to publish daily. And then Facebook places ads around that content. That's how they make their money. Now, the people that use Facebook, they're able to connect with friends, family, stay in touch, share ideas, concepts, express themselves, and do business. So it's to me, it's a well-balanced platform and opportunity. And I remember when Instagram came on board, and Instagram was this scrappy startup that was focusing on pictures, all right? And Facebook went in and spent almost $1 billion on Instagram. And now when you go over to Instagram, you see pictures and you see the majority of videos over there now. And again, everything with Instagram is publishing. So the thing that I want to stress to everybody is that if you post any content on social media, you are a publisher. You're in the media business. All right. You're in the media game. You're not in the media business. And the reason I want to draw a distinction is because you are publishing. You are a content creator. You are creating content. Now, the distinction is that for the majority of people that are creating content and publishing, they're not making any money off of their content and their publishing. And you might be saying, okay, Orville, well, what I talk about ain't very valuable. Nobody's going to want to pay me any money around what I talk about. Well, this is what I want to stress to you. Your content is valuable enough for a multi-billion-dollar company and some of the smartest brains to say that they want to put advertisement and promotions and sponsorships around your content. Because the thing that you got to understand is that eyeballs and attention is very, very valuable. And I think more people are starting to wake up to this now because when I go online now, I see a lot of people are starting to try to monetize their content. They're starting to try to move from a consumer to a creator. When you step into the role as a creator, now you are a publisher, right? Now the difference on it is that if you're getting paid or not getting paid. And what I tell everybody is that if you're going to create content, if you're going to be a publisher, if you're going to share content online, you might as well figure out how to make money and build a business around it. Because guys, it's one of the most natural games out there, and I love it. And it took me a while to really grasp it. And it wasn't because the information wasn't there. It was because my mind was everywhere, right? I'm jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing, trying to figure things out. When looking back at things, if I would have just focused on content and publishing, I'd have been able to figure this thing out a long time ago. Long time ago. But I won't change. This is the reason why I won't change. And this led me to what I consider my superpower now, my business model. So over the years, from me doing a lot of research, me doing a lot of reading, watching thousands and thousands of hours worth of content, investing in courses, talking to people, trying things, I was able to get in and figure out what is what when it comes to content, when it comes to publishing, when it comes to how people are monetizing their content and how they're making money with it. And I got really good at being able to go do this fast. All right. What used to take me a year to do, I could do like in a week now with AI. And so as I started learning the strategies to research, it started opening up higher levels of understanding for me around the game of content and the game of publishing. And so now, now I'm sitting in a good place. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about because you could be sitting in a good place. I understand the game. All right. And this is the thing that I want you to understand about publishing in this whole content game. When I tell you, you can literally go from a nobody to a somebody in less than 12 months through the game of publishing and content. You literally can. This is one of those business models that I see change people's lives in a huge way. In a huge way. All right. One of the things I like about publishing, aka creating content, is that there is really no way for somebody to keep you out of this game unless you just choose to be out this game. Because you got to really think about it, guys. You got to really think about it. What you know is what you know. So can't nobody take that from you. So whether you have life experiences, things that you done learned, things that you done researched, things that you done, all right, or even check this out, even your unique perspective on something is of value. And nobody can take that from you. That's yours, right? But now this is the thing. This is the thing. Now in today's world, you can get access to $1 billion software platforms and get access to hundreds of millions and even billions of eyeballs to be able to communicate to that audience what you know here, what you done seen, what you done learned, what you done observed, what you done figured out, right? Nobody can stop you, right? It's free to get a Facebook account. It's free to get an Instagram account. It's free to get a YouTube account. It's free to get a TikTok account. It's free to get a LinkedIn. It's free to get a Threads. It's free to get Instagram. You follow what I'm saying? So now you have your brain, what you know, what you've experienced, what you've figured out, what you've researched, what you understand, your unique perspective. And you take that and now you put yourself on top of platforms, social platforms, where you got access to eyeballs, audience, and attention. And now, if you learn how to communicate what you know, what you've experienced, what you've learned, what you researched, your observations to a specific audience, you're going to attract eyeballs. All right. And that's regardless of your age, your sex. Guys, when I tell you, I've seen people making money with publishing and content. And when you look at them, man, these people would not have been able to do this outside of social media because of how they look, how they talk, everything. When I tell you there is nothing that can keep you from getting an audience on there except for you. All right. So anybody and everybody, you think I'm playing? Just go to TikTok. Spend some time on TikTok. I'm looking at the content creators on TikTok. All right. But anyway, so you take these multi-billion-dollar platforms with all this technology and these eyeballs, these hundreds of millions and billions of people that you get access to, and you take the content, the information that you're holding or that you can gather or that you can organize. And now this is the key. This is the key right here. Okay. This is the key. This is the key. You figure out how to communicate to them. Ideas, concept, thoughts. You can learn that. Then you figure out how to sell something to them. And this is where a lot of people get hung up at. And this is where, I told myself, I said, look, I don't care what people think about what I do online. I do something totally different online than everybody else. And so from the get-go, I've always been very comfortable with communicating and selling. All right. Online. I sold offline. So this is the ultimate hustle here. But if you can figure out how to communicate and sell to that audience, to those eyeballs, using those multi-billion dollar platforms, you can literally go out here and change your life. And that's the whole game, guys. That's the game. Now, how you do that, there's a lot of different ways to do that. And that's where we're gonna come in. All right. With our publishing company and our media company, Modern Frontier, because this is what we believe. Excuse me. This is what I believe. I believe that in today's world, that every man and woman should operate with three pillars, right? Every man and woman should be prepared for anything. all right, that comes down the pipe, or generally be prepared, all right? You should be prepared. You should be prepared for major disruptions in your life. You should be prepared for situations to come up that are unexpected. You should be prepared. And that's something we talk about at Modern Frontier. All right, preparedness for anything and everything, whether it's financially prepared, whether it's physically prepared, whether it's prepared with your food, prepared with what you know, prepared with what you do. We think you should be prepared. All right. And we go from everything from basic all the way to SHTF. All right. And so one of the things that we're focused on is creating guides that will help you be prepared, all right, for anything. Because think about it, that's the things that we worry about. We buy insurance so we can be prepared for unforeseen things in those particular categories, whether it's medical, life, car, or whatever. But we think that you should be prepared all the way around in your life. And so we just show you how to put systems in place to be better prepared. And that's good because once you're prepared, then you have a little bit more peace of mind. It doesn't eliminate the issues, but it allows you to be more confident about dealing with the issues. Okay. And one of the things that I see a lot of people, man, just really sleep on is financial preparedness, just being ready for a disruption in their income. When you think about it, you go to a job every day, but you don't own the job. You could be a boss at a company and you could still get fired. All right. You could still get fired. I remember watching Steve Jobs get literally fired from the company he started, which was Apple. It was crazy work, crazy work. He went out and started Pixar, made another $1 billion, came back, ran Apple, took Apple to the thing. But I was like, dang, this man got kicked out of his own company. So think about your job, man. You don't have your name on anything. They might have gave you the parking lot for the month for being one of the best employees, but you don't own nothing, right? And any day, your financial reality could be blown up. Go in, the company tells you, okay, look, we don't need you no more. Look at what you see in the news. I seen recently that Amazon laid off 30,000 people. Um, who else? I was just seeing somebody. UPS laid off 60,000 people, and you got people out here. They're scrambling. They're crying, and they worried about things. And even look at this right here, guys. You know, we don't get into politics on the show. We're not going to do that. We don't talk about that. But let's just say that it's a government shutdown right now, and as of I think it's today, over 40 million people are not going to get their SNAP benefits, which is your public aid. So you mean 40 million people ain't going to have a way to eat, pay bills, do all that kind of stuff. And guys, this is something that it's crazy to me, but it's a reality, right? How many people live unprepared when it comes to their finances? Not to mention other stuff, insurance, food preps at home in case something happens with the supply line. Just how many of us are comfortable living unprepared? All right, so that's one of the things we're going to be working on here with you at Modern Frontier. All right. The other thing is we believe in what we call independence or self-reliance. So once you understand the game of preparedness and you start putting together some strategies that will allow you to hopefully be able to survive and thrive during some disruptions, we want to teach you how not to depend on anything anymore. And guys, this is just things that I was thinking about as a businessman when I was thinking about a publishing company, because these are things that I've always wanted, right? So I said, okay, well, there's got to be other people out there who want to know the same things. And so self reliance, we think, is very important. Being able to operate detethered from the system and the grid, whether that's from, learning how to grow your own food, how to sanitize your own water, learning how to build things in your home, around your home, fix your own car, launching your own businesses, your own income stream, so you're in total control of your financial reality. Or you guys follow what I'm saying? Being self-reliant. Okay. Then the last but not least is freedom. Okay. So once you get prepared and once you become self-reliant, that's going to give you a level of freedom. All right. And freedom is a sweet thing, guys. I walked away from my job 3 years ago, came home, said, okay, look, I'm going to figure out how to do this myself and on my own. And I'm going to get in here and pay the price to learn, to try things and stuff. and I'm gonna get it figured out. And guys, when I tell you that it's been a rocky road, not because of so much because of life and situations, it was just me, all right, getting in my own way, making my own problems and stuff. But in the process, I failed forward. I was able to figure some things out. And now I sit here and I get the joy, man, of getting up every day and working on what I want to work on, not have to worry about a boss, not having to worry about employees. And the cool thing is, guys, I have the ability to create systems and products out of thin air now that I can take to the marketplace using social media and different systems that I've learned online to have an opportunity to generate some income for my family from my ideals. All right. So I'm free. I'm free for that. Now, think about this, guys. Financially free. You want to be time free. A lot of people live their lives according to somebody else's urgency and somebody else's schedule. And the crazy thing is, a lot of people fit their lives around somebody else's priorities. And one of the things I've always told myself is that time is one of the most valuable assets you have out there because it's what we call vanishing inventory. You don't get any more of it. So when you go and you give 40 hours, 50, 60 hours to a job, you're giving that job your prime hours, your best hours. You never get that back. And a lot of us do this in return for a comfortable living, or some of us for not enough living. And when you really look at it, you have to ask yourself, they have a thing out there they call opportunity cost. Was this the best investment of my time? And what kind of return did I get? And you got to think about it. I know a guy, he's involved in one of the programs I'm involved in. He worked for a big box retailer for 20 something years and walked in to work one day and they told him, they say, look, your job is being eliminated and you have a choice. Either you can go and reposition yourself to go in one of these other departments, make less money, or you're going to have to go. And the guy said that it, it really hit him. And he had like a small window of time. I'm talking about like a day or two to decide on what he was going to do. And so he ended up leaving the company, went out on some interviews. He was a high six-figure earner. So he had a few people that was reaching out to him to have him. He was flying. And he said he was coming back from one of the interviews out of town. He was on a flight. He said, why do I have to do this? Why would I want to do this? Do I really want to put myself through this again? And he told himself, no, he had missed his family, a lot of his kids' events, them growing up. He had missed the first of everything with his kids. He was talking about that the other day. And so he chose a different reality. The guy came home, had a little money put up, started looking online to try to figure out how to make some money. And he ran across a training platform and a lady out there who was running this platform. And make a long story short, he got tied in with her and her community, learned how to be a publisher. All right, learned how to be a publisher. And this guy went on, I think in the last 2 years, he'd done about $700,000 on sharing that training platform and that community with other like-minded individuals who want to get free. And now I think the last time I heard from him, he's launched a consulting company now where he's going back into and work with business owners on helping them optimize and roll out things that he had learned and knew already from his previous job. And so freedom. And guys, that's what we're talking about here. So here at Modern Frontier, we believe that, in today's world, there's a frontier out there. There's the unknown. There's this huge world, all this opportunity out there, this landscape, right? And you as an individual, you could turn that opportunity, that landscape into whatever you want to turn it into. All right. But the thing is, a lot of you guys don't understand that. And so what I want to do is, as I move forward for the remainder of the year and going into next year, I want to start breaking down this game of publishing and showing you guys what I have been able to uncover and learn through my research, and then also take our research and create easy to consume guides that's going to break these strategies and these frameworks down that other people are using to get prepared, to be independent, self reliant, and to get free through the game of publishing, aka content. All right. So I'm really, really excited about that. Okay, so why, 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 why is a digital publishing a good business model for beginners? Okay, I just told you guys in a nutshell. First of all, you don't have to know anything. You don't have to know anything. All right? You don't have to know anything. And I'm going to show you how simple this business model can be. All right? And then we're gonna backtrack and I'm gonna break it down to you guys. I'm gonna show you a couple things. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys. Something here. Give me a minute. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up one of my pages, one of my funnels. All right. All right. I want you guys to understand this. Okay. All right. So what you're looking at right now is one of my um, my I call them funnels. And basically, a funnel is a marketing system out there that you build out that you're able to market things using automation. All right. So this right here is what we call a doorway page or an opt-in page for my funnel. All right. And the name of this funnel is Learn Digital Today. And pretty much what I'm doing with this funnel is, remember I was telling you about the guy who lost a job. And he was he for the big store, big box retailers. He decided to stay home. So that's what this is right here. All right, this is one of the training platforms and the communities I invested into almost 2 years ago. All right, wasn't planning on doing too much with it at the time, but I wanted to get in and to be able to learn some things, right, about creating content and just doing things online. And I'm gonna be totally 100 with you guys. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I've only went through probably about 15% of the training. All right, because at this particular time, I was just investing and going in and looking at to get an idea of how people were doing things, and then saying, okay, yeah, this is something I want to do later on and train on. And I probably invested in about 10 different platforms like this as I was doing my research. And and I made money with it, though. That's the crazy thing, guys. I went out, made my money back, made money with it. Love the love the community, the platform. And I'm actually I'm actually going through it again right now to learn what I need to learn. All right. But if you come here, it's a discover the step-by-step blueprint to escape the 9 to 5, build freedom on your terms. Join 56,000 creators building income online with our proven system, complete with weekly coaching, expert training, and community that goes that's got your back. And then it talks about if you put your information in here, we're going to give you access to a free PDF called the Freedom Formula Blueprint, and it's your step-by-step showing you how to make money without tech skills, a big following, or even a product in the publishing business. That's pretty much what this is, all right, with content, with the publishing business. Okay, and I wanted to show you guys this because let me explain something to you. I could be a day one person, right? Fresh online, don't know anything. Know I want to make some money, right? Know I want to get into the publishing game, all right? Now, as a publisher or a content entrepreneur, there are several ways that you can approach it. One is you can create products, all right? You can create content and products based off of what you know, what you learn, what you research, okay? And there's all these different strategies of creating these products. You could do that, all right? The other way is you can sell somebody else's product, all right? Now, with this particular opportunity I just showed you guys, that's the opportunity that I was able to get access to when I invested in there. All right, that particular opportunity there costs $900. All right, and it's a lifetime. That's a one-time fee, and you got it for lifetime. All updates. So every time they update the courses, there's 4 training courses inside that platform. All right, and guys, if you don't know anything about e-learning right now is the biggest, one of the fastest growing niches out there. People learning online to the point to where people are spending right at $1.3 billion a day on e-learning online. So instead of a lot of people going to college, going to trade schools. They are not doing that. What they're doing is they're going in and doing what we call STEM learning. They're saying, okay, I want to learn this specific skill set, so I'm going to pay to learn it from somebody who's already done it. So in this case, it's digital marketing, learning how to market online, leveraging social media and content. The particular lady that created this training platform, she has made almost $5 million in the last 2 years online. And she's turned around and turned that into a framework that she teaches other people how to do. And it's to the point that 56,000 people have signed up and are active in this community learning that. Okay. So this was the thing about that. So as a publisher, fresh online, if I didn't know anything else, and I said, okay, I learned that I can make my own products to sell as a publisher, or I could resell somebody else's products. Okay. And so not knowing anything. This is why this game is so cold, so simple. Now this is a $900 product here. You can actually replace that with a $25 product, a $50 product. If you go over to modernfrontierpublishing.com, if you look at my guides I got over there, I got 6 guides up right now, and they sell for anywhere from $24.97 to $49.97. Now, every time you purchase one of those guides over there, you get the guide, the information, and the content from us, but then you also get access to our affiliate program where we pay you 50% commissions off that. So imagine this. So with my actual guides or with this program that I'm showing you, with both of these, you didn't have to know anything. You just had to figure out how to get the right to sell the product, right? And in my case, it's very easy. Once you purchase one of our guides, you get access to our affiliate program. Okay, the same thing with this over here. All right, with the one that I'm showing you over here. Once you purchase access to these courses on this platform, then you get to sell it forever. All right, guys, one-time fee. So really think about that. I want you guys to really, really think about that. How simple and easy is that? Because all I have to do in this case is invest in the product, which I should want to do anyway, because I want to know what it is that I'm selling. Even if I don't decide to go through the course, man, I want to know what I'm selling. And so let me get the product so I can look on the inside of it, go through it, and see what it is. So when I start marketing and selling, then I know what I'm talking about. Think about that, man. A lot of people will go out there and they'll get a sales job selling, right? Working for a company. So either get salary or they'll get commission plus a draw. This is the same situation, but this is where, as a publisher, if you don't want to create your own products, then you could become a freelance seller via the publishing business model. All right, so you have a publishing company or a media company or whatever marketing company you have, and then you go out here and you secure the rights to a product. Okay, and what I'm talking about right now is with this particular one here that we were looking at, this this $900 one. This is what we call resale rights. You pay $900 one time, you get access to, and I think now, and I be trying to be careful, but I bet you there's over 250 hours. When you go back and look at all the archives of trainings that this platform and its community has done, and you look at the courses itself, there's a lot of training. Now that's the thing. You get to consume it in bite sizes. But what I'm telling you guys, you get a lot of value in that. All right. So you get access to hundreds of hours of training. You get access to a support-based community. 56,000 people like you who've invested in this and who's out here building publishing businesses, content business, like what I'm doing. All right. And and you get access to lifetime updates on everything for a one-time fee of $900, which is crazy. Which is crazy. Which is crazy. It's very, very cheap, guys. Very, very cheap. When you think about launching a business out here, every business I've started, I've always spent money on. Always spent money on. And this has been one of the least expensive businesses for me to launch. It's been my publishing business. And it offers the highest upside, the most profit potential. All right. But with this particular product and the ones I sell over my at my store, you literally can get access to that for the price of purchasing the product. Now really think about that. You as a publisher, and that's what I love about the publishing business. You can create product or you can resell product or you can license product, right? But you don't have to create anything if you don't want to. You don't have to create anything if you don't want to. You can go out there and buy the rights to a product. Okay, like in this case, we were talking about this is a $900 package. Once a person purchase it, they get the resale license on it, so they can go out there as a content creator and a publisher and make money now. Now, this is the cool thing, though. This is the cool thing, even better than that. So when I did that, when I invested into that, the lifetime access and resale right license to that platform, to that community, and to all that training, I paid $900, right? And now I have the right to go out and sell that platform, that training, and that community just like I created it as a publisher, but I didn't have to create it. That's the cheat code, guys. I just gave you guys the cheat code. All right, but I didn't have to create it. So that allows me to leverage somebody else's experience, somebody else's knowledge, somebody else's research, somebody else's investment, somebody else's trial and error. And I can make money off of it just like I created. So like I have a publishing company, Modern Frontier Publishing. And right now I have about 20 courses that we've created over the last year. 6 of them I have turned into ebooks over at Modern Publishing, Modern Frontier Publishing. All right.com. I own and control those, right? I had to create those though. So me and my team, we had to do the research, compiling the data. Then we had to figure out how we wanted to do this, and then we had to go about the process of creating those guides. Well, with this other way I'm talking about, I can run a publishing company and never create anything by understanding and learning what I just showed you guys. In the publishing business, you can secure the rights to a book, a guide, a course, and you can go out there and sell it like it's yours, and you didn't even have to create it. Okay. And you didn't even have to create it. You'll see this with brick and mortar publishing companies, real world book companies. They'll go out and they'll find somebody who's created a book, all right, about a specific thing. Then if they like it, they'll go in and they'll get the license to be able to publish that book. Sometimes they'll buy the book right out and buy all the rights to it. Okay. All right. Are you guys follow what I'm saying? Other ways they do deals with authors, and the authors put the book inside the publisher's platform, and the author makes so much money, and the publisher makes some money. Sometimes the publisher will go out and pay an author to create some content, and then they will pay the author some money, and then they make the rest of the money. All right, so there's a lot of different ways that you can access product as a publisher, but one of the quickest ways to do it is to resell. Okay, so you literally, as a newbie publisher, you can jump online and say, okay, look, I want to get online and I want to, and I'm gonna show you an easy way of doing this. Okay, so let's say, for instance, that you went back here, okay, and you said, okay, well, look, you know, I want to buy this course and its training, or you go over to my website, all right, where I have the products that I've created over here. All right. So let's say, for instance, you come over here, you look through, and you say, okay, well, look, I want to buy your Faceless Fortunes course, okay, guide. And so you'll come here, you look at it, you say, okay, $49.97. Okay. And basically, Faceless Fortunes will teach you how to go out there and how to build a publishing and a media company without ever showing your face. and we show you how to go out there and build what we call faceless theme pages on things such as Instagram, YouTube. And you guys seen it. You go to like a theme page and like the Bleacher Report, and you'll go somewhere and it's a sports page where you go to get all your sports news from, but you never see the owner of the page. You never see a personal brand, but it's just the information. Excuse me. Man, guys, I was almost dying there. But anyway, so with my guide, Faces Fortunes, you can learn how to create these digital assets that throw you off income, right? Never have to show your face, never have to talk to anybody. You literally can get home from your job, take about an hour every day, and then just work on doing the things that we show you inside of Faces Fortunes to build your business. We teach you how to build um, a digital asset, which is a theme page that you don't show your face off, but we show you how to create the content, how to put the content up, how to acquire the followers, the audience, how to get engagement, and then we show you how to monetize it, right? But now that might be a long term play. That might be 3 months, 6 months down the road to where you get to where you want to be at even a year with the money side of it, right? Because it takes time to develop things out. But like if you invested inside of Faceless Fortunes today, as soon as you invest inside of Faceless Fortunes, you get access to my affiliate program. So as a young publisher, right? You're saying, okay, it's going to take me a while to build my brand, my content out on this Faceless theme page, but I need to make some money today. I need to make some money now. I got to pay bills, got to get the kids some food. So you tap into that opportunity that we provide for you, which is our affiliate program. So now you could take a link. We give you a link. All right, it's hard coded to you, and let's say you go back to one of your publishing platforms, which is your social media profile, your Facebook page, your TikTok, your Instagram, and you make an announcement. You say, okay, guys, look, as of right now, I am entering into the publishing business. I'm a content creator, man. I'm going to be out here creating content with intention, be publishing content, and be trying to figure out how to make money so I can fire my boss. Okay. So I can escape that 9 to 5 and get free out here. And you might tell the people, if I get free from this 9 to 5 and I can make enough money on my own, then me and my family, we're going to move from here to here. And this is what our life is going to look like. So that's what we call sharing a story, right? So and I understand if you post to social media, you're already a publisher, you're a content creator. So now what I'm doing is I'm showing you the framework how anybody can jump online day one and start making money and publish it. So you jump on there today, you see my handsome face on Facebook or TikTok somewhere. You say, look, I want to get that Faceless Fortune guide. You go and you buy it, $49.97. You read through it. You say, okay, I'm gonna do this, and you start doing the things we tell you to do on there. All right, but day one, you know that you got this affiliate link that you can make 50% profit. So you go back to your social media now. You tell them and say, okay, guys, this is what I'm getting ready to do. I'm gonna document everything, and I'm gonna keep you guys updated on what I'm doing. And I'm gonna come up here every day, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about what I did that day, what I learned that day. Right? And oh yeah, this is what you tell them. This is how you make the media money, guys. And oh yeah, by the way, if you want to check out the guide that I got a hold to, that I'm actually getting ready to go through, and I'm gonna be learning from, that's gonna teach you how to do what it is that I'm doing, then check out the link in my bio. Check out the link in the description of my video. And guys, day one, as a beginner publisher, you have created no product or anything yet. You can literally monetize your publishing business and do that. And let's say you do that, right? Let's say you do that and you start posting on your social media profiles what you're doing, what you're learning as you're building out your Faceless theme page. And then at the end of every piece of content, you invite somebody to go check out that link to that guide that you're learning. And you do this on, let's say, YouTube or TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you do it at Threads. And let's say you get one person a day that says, look, I'm interested. I want to get that. And they go over there and they purchase that guide. So now your young publishing business is generating $750 in net profit per month by you doing it. Oh, so right off the bat. And to kind of give you guys that's the equivalent of that, that's almost the equivalent of you going out here and spending a couple $100,000 on a piece of investment property that you put a tenant in, and you're making $750 a month in rent. But you didn't have to do that. And you did that from day one. Now imagine your content is resonating with people, and you're finding other people out there who want to do the same thing. They don't want to put their face online. They don't want to have to talk to nobody, build marketing funnels, build anything like that. And so they really are resonating with this Faceless Fortunes guide, and they invest in it. So now you're selling 2 a day. And guys, you're not doing any hard selling. All you're doing is documenting what you learn. You go in there, read each day and say, okay, I learned this. Let me go do this. And this is what I did, guys. You're doing that, right? But now, by you doing that and you're referring people to that link, now you're selling 2 guides a day. You didn't have to create the guide. You didn't have to do any of that. All right, remember we said you go in and you buy or you secure the rights to resell as a publisher. So now as you just document what you're doing, it don't have to be every day, guys. It could be a couple times a week, it could be once a week. But if you want to really crank up your content machine, put out some content every day. But now you're doing it and you're selling 2 a day, 2 guides out of your publishing company, and you didn't have to create the guides. All right, you're making $50 a day, $1,500 in recurring, passive, whatever you want to call it. Not recurring, but you're making almost $1,500 in passive income because you're not directly selling. You are creating content and publishing content to your social media platform, and you are mentioning something. All right. This is why this business model is one of the best business models for beginners. Because you can literally jump online, say, I'm going to start a publishing company, I'm going to post to my social media, and you can go out there and secure a product to sell that you didn't have to create, either by buying a resale license or doing what we call affiliate marketing, which we're talking about in this case. If you go over to Frontier, Modern Frontier Publishing, I get used to saying it, modernfrontierpublishing.com, our website, you're going to see really 6 really good guides that we put together that will help you go out here and prepare, be independent, self-reliant, or be free. Any one of those guides you can invest in, you can learn from those guides, but then you also are going to get the ability to be able to market those guides on your social media platforms, wherever you want to market them at, and make 50% commission. All right. So really think about this. If you sell 2 of them and you purchase one of my, say, my Faceless Fortune guide for $49.97. Okay, let's say you purchased that guide, and with 2 sales, you'd have made your money back. So the guide was free. Now you got the guide to go through at your own pace, learn from, and you talk about it. You talk about your experiences. Okay, guys. So I don't know if you guys got that, but I just gave you one of the best business models out here. All right, as a content creator, as a publisher. Okay, so what I'm gonna challenge you guys to do right now, okay, I'm gonna challenge you guys to do this right now. I'm gonna give you access to 2 different links that I want you to go to. All right, now if you want to go to and you want to check out um, the platform, the program, and the community that I was talking to you guys about over at learndigitaltoday.com, go over there and check that out. I want you to do it because I want you to actually go through that system and see how I set that system up as a publisher. All right. And then if that makes sense to you, if this product makes sense to you, this training, this support system makes sense to you, then go ahead and invest, right? $900, man, it's a steal. I done bought training and courses that I didn't even get this opportunity for $900. So you get all the training, access to hundreds of hours of training, a community of 56,000 creators, publishers. You get live training every week. You get this whole system to market it. If you want to market it using the type of strategy we just talked about on this video, lifetime updates, you make 100% profit as a publisher. One-time investment, $900. All right. Go over and check that out. Go over to learndigitaltoday.com. Check that out. Now, you might say, okay, well, Overlook, I don't have that much money to invest. I understand times are hard. All right. I understand that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you go over here. All right. I'm going to have you go over to here, which is Modern Frontier Publishing, which is my publishing company, and go over there and check out the guys that I have on their Faceless Fortunes, is one we were talking about. Hey, if you want to get out here, you want to learn how to build digital assets and throw you off income, you want to show your face or do anything like that, grab that. I have a few of them down here, guys, that would break some game down to you guys. This is good, the Marketplace Survivors Playbook. In that one, I show you how to make money flipping offline, online, Facebook Marketplace, eBay. We show you how to go out and make that money flipping. Dealmakers Academy. We secured the rights to a training that was done years ago by one of the top people in the space, and pretty much in this guy here, we're breaking down the business of being a finder and how to make money in finding and procurement. It's a little known industry out there, but it's people making millions and millions of dollars in it every day, and we show you how to go out and make money in that game there. Dealmakers Academy. And then this one here, guys, launch. This is my flagship, the Content Creators Blueprint. Okay. Right now I got this $24.97. This is going to be a $49.97 one. But if you go grab this right here, in this one, I have about 200 pages in here, and I break down the frameworks that, even like what we're talking about today with this publishing framework, all that's explained inside Launch, the Content Creators Blueprint. Now, the cool thing is, guys, you make 50% commissions off of everything you invest in. So, like, if you were to get this Faceless Fortunes, that's one product you could sell. Dealmaker, any one of these you get it, and then you have you get the rights to be able to resell it. Okay, so as a publisher, you can get started without having to go out there and create any product on your own. All right. So very, very powerful. I'm gonna put both of those links inside the comment section of this video. So you'll see one in comment number 1, and you'll see the other one in comment number 2. I'm gonna invite you guys. I'm gonna advise you to go check both of them out. And guys, understand publishing, digital publishing, is one of the most lucrative business models out here. And when you get out here, man, you're talking about everything from videos to podcasting to publishing on social media, creating guides, courses. We're talking about software. When you enter the publishing and media business, guys, you're touching a lot of different things, and there's a lot of money. All right, I'll catch you guys on the next video. God bless.